What's poppin', people? It's Tante, currently going for my morning walk here in Philadelphia, and I just wanted to share some quick thoughts on how to restore your muscles and how I do it. So when you think of the word restaurant etymologically means to restore. And in 18th century Paris, restaurants were healing broths used to restore the bodies of the weak or the sick. And I feel as though we should be most critical about the foods that we consume and the way in which we can actually use meat, use food as medicine. And there's one dish in particular that I have once per week, and that is Vietnamese beef pho. And so within pho, you get this delicious, hearty bone broth, this hot and healing soup that I believe truly restores your body. And within this bone broth, there are also organ meats such as tripe, which is great and full of minerals. There are muscle tendons, there are pieces of beef. You know, you can get a variety of cuts, from flank steak to brisket. And what I find is through consuming the bone broth, consuming the organ meats, consuming the muscle tendons, consuming the beef, I'm fortifying the flesh on my body by consuming the flesh of the animal. And when you consider the bone broth and the organ meats and the tendons, these particular cuts of meat are very rich in collagen, a vital protein used to restore our skin, our joint health, our bones, our muscles. And so when you consume foods that are high in this protein, you can actually repair your body. And I found actually after having a long day with stiff legs, cut on my skin, consuming bone broth, consuming a bowl of Vietnamese pho, the following day, not only was my stiffness going away and I felt a lot better, back to 100%, but the cut on my face actually went away. And on top of the bone broth, on top of the bowl of pho, I actually went home and I had calf liver. And calf liver and organ meat generally is what I believe to be the superfood that we should consume when it comes to restoring our body once per week. It's like this ritual that I believe we should partake in once per week. Yeah, preferably maybe just on the weekend. That's when I like to have it. And so yeah, calf liver, beef liver, you know, calf liver, it's much more delicious. Beef liver is great. I used it, I ate it with just like onions, garlic, and salt, pepper with olive oil on a pan. Yeah, I think calf liver, something like that, preferably liver. I think that's the easiest for me to acquire here in Philadelphia. I go to the Reading Terminal Market, Haltiman's Farm. They've been here for over a century. Amish farm, straight from Lancaster. I think it's $2.50 per pound. Super, super, super affordable. There's your medicine. So the combination of beef pho, the bone broth and the beef pho, with all that collagen, the muscle tendons, the tripe, and then having organ meats like liver, you know, these foods, I think they fortify our body, they restore our body. And now, of course, there are simple things that we can do like yoga, where every single morning before I start my day after doing this march, what I do is in the direct sunlight, if possible, I'll stretch my body. I'll stretch my legs particularly the most, because our legs, I think, is where we derive all of our power from. And so having strong legs and stretching them and being flexible is very critical for our bodies. And so I think at least 10 to 15 minutes of stretching in the morning is most important. However, when you come home on the weekend, I also, for 2 days, start my morning off with an extremely hot bath. So if you take a cold shower and then take a hot bath with Epsom salt, taking a hot bath with Epsom salt is pure bliss. Like if you just make it scorching hot, add the Epsom salt and just relax for 30 minutes, it's going to really, really, really help you recover. And so essentially, as someone who is training pretty much all day, every single day, I embark on this very simple recovery program where on Saturday and Sunday I take cold showers, hot baths, and I have hot bone broth and organ meats. And yeah, this seems to restore my body. And yeah, these are just the simple things that I do. Maybe it'll work for you. Just wanted to share some of my thoughts. Yeah, organ meat, hot baths, bone broth, baby. Yeah, the medicine is in the meat.